Hi everyone, today I will be reading to you Oh Say Can You Say by Dr. Seuss. Oh my brothers and my sisters, these are terrible tongue twisters. Sorry if I mess up. Oh Say Can You Say by Dr. Seuss. Said a book-reading parrot named Huey, "These words in a book are all phooey. When you say them your lips will make slips and backflips, and your tongue will end up in St. Louis." Do you like fresh fish? It's just fine at Finny's dinner. Finny also has some fresher fish that's fresher and much finer. But his best fish is his freshest fish, and Finny says with pride, "The finest fish at Finny's is my freshest fish, French fried." So, don't order the fresh or the fresher fish at Finny's if you're wise. You'll say, "Fetch me the finest fresh French fried, freshest fish that Finny fries." Din's Shin. We have a dinosaur named Din. Din's thin. Din doesn't have much skin, and the bones fall out of his left front shin. Then we have to call in Pinner Blin, who comes with his handy shin pin bin, and with a tin Blin shin bone pin, Blin pins Din's shin bones right back in. I wouldn't want to be the dinosaur, but here's its shin falling out. Bed spreader, bread spreader. Bed spreaders spread spreads on beds. Bread spreaders spread butters on breads. And the bed spreader better watch out how he's spreading, or that bread spreader's sure going to butter his bedding. Yikes. Here's the bread spreader. Sorry. Ape cakes, grape cakes. As he gobbled the cakes on his plate, the greedy ape said as he ate, The greener green grapes are, the keener keen apes are to gobble green grape cakes. They're great." We have another one. "Are you having trouble in saying this stuff? It's really quite easy for me. I just look in my mirror and see what I say, and then I just say what I see." Now let's talk about money. You should leave your groks home when you travel by air. If you take him along, they'll charge double the fare. And your groks must be packed and locked up in a groks box, which costs much, much more than a little old fox box. So it's heaps a lot cheaper to fly with your foxes than waste all that money in the boxes for grokses. Pete Briggs pats his big pink pigs all day. Don't ask me why, I cannot say. Then Pete puts his patted pigs away in his Pete Briggs pink pigs big pigs pig pen. Fred food. Fritz needs Fred, and Fred needs Fritz. Fritz feeds Fred, and Fred feeds Fritz. Fred feeds Fritz with Ritzy Fred food. Fritz feeds Fred with Ritzy Fritz food. And Fritz, when fed, has often said, "I'm a Fred fed Fritz. Fred's a Fritz fed Fred." Sorry. How to tell a clotz from a glotz. I don't see much of a difference. Well, the glotz, you will notice, has lots of black spots. The clotz is quite different with lots of black dots. But the big problem is that the spots on the glots are about the same size as the dots on the clots. So you first have to spot who the one with the dots is, then it's easy to tell who the clots or the glots is. I think they're a bit the same. I can't tell a difference. If you can, you got good eyesight. What would you rather be when you grow up? A cop in a cop's cap? Or a cupcake cook in a cupcake cook's cap? Or a flapjack flapper in a flapjack cap? He's wearing a pancake for a hat. Or a flapjack, as they call it. Or, if you think you don't like the cop's caps, flapjack flappers, or cupcake cook's caps, maybe you're one of those choosy chaps who likes Cookie's captain's caps, perhaps. More about Blynn. Now, Blynn, if you remember, helped with Finn's shins. So more about Mr. Blynn. Well, when Blynn comes home, tired from his work pinning shins, the happiest hour of old Blynn's day begins. Mr. Blynn is the father of musical twins, who, tucking twin instruments under twins' chins, lull their daddy to sleep with twin violins. And oh say, can you say, far away in Berlin, a musical urchin named Gretchen von Switchen has a blue-footed, true-footed, trick-fingered, slick-fingered, six-fingered, six-string, tin-swin mandolin. Switchin' mandolin. Switchin' mandolin. Rope soap, hoop soap. If you hope to wash soup off a rope, simply scrub it down with scrope. Scrope is so strong that no rope is too long. But if you should wish to wash soup off a hoop, I suggest that it's best to let your whole silly souped up hoop soak in soapy Cooper super soup off hoop soak suds. Merry Christmas Mush. One year we had Christmas brunch with Merry Christmas mush to munch. I don't think you'd care for such. We didn't like to munch much. I won't want to either. And speaking of Christmas, here are some great gifts to give to your daddy. If your daddy's name is Jim, and if Jim swims, and if Jim's slim, the perfect Christmas gift for him is a set of Slim Jim swim fins. But if your daddy's name is Dwight, and he likes to look at birds at night, the gift for Dwight that might be right is a bright Dwight bird flight night sight light. But never give your daddy a walrus. A walrus with whiskers is not a good pet, and a walrus which whispers is worse even yet. When a walrus lisps whispers through tough, rough, wet whiskers, your poor daddy's ear will get blispers and bliskers. And that's almost enough of such stuff for one day. One more and you're finished. Oh, say, can you say? The storm starts when the drops start dropping. When the drops stop dropping, then the storm starts stopping. And what do you think costs more, a simple thimble or a single shingle? A simple thimble could cost less than a single shingle would, I guess. So I think that the single shingle should cost more than the simple thimble would. I think so too. Ooh, eat at Skipper Zips. I don't think I'd want to go across that walkway. Not me. I'd probably ride a boat out to it. If you like to eat potato chips and chew pork chops on clipper ships, I suggest that you chew a few chips and a chop at Skipper Zip's Clipper Chip Chop Shop. I'd do what this guy's doing, ride a boat out to it. I would not walk the walkway like this guy. Boy, look at that. There are so many things that you really should know, and that's why I'm bothering to tell you so. You should know the first names of the Flood Nuddler brothers who like to pile each on the heads of the others. If you start at the top, there are Bipper and Bud, and Skipper and Jipper, and Jeffrey and Judd, Horatio, Horace, and Hendrix and Hud, and then comes Wyndon, Woody, and Dinty, and Dud. Also Fitzsimmon and Frederick and Fudd, and Slinky and Stinky, and Stuart and Stud. And down at the bottom is poor little Lud, but if Lud ever sneezes, his name will be Mud. Quack, quack. We have 2 ducks, one blue and one black. And when our blue duck goes quack, quack, our black duck quickly quack, quacks back. The quack's blue quacks make her quite a quacker, but the black is a quicker quacker backer. And speaking of quacks reminds me of cracks, and stacks and sacks and shacks and schnacks. Say, can you say, I have cracks in my shack, I have smoke in my stack, and I think there's a schnack in the stack on my back. In the stack on my back. West Beast. East Beast. Upon an island hard to reach, the East Beast sits upon his beach. Upon the West Beach sits the West Beast. Each beast thinks he's the best beast. Which beast is best? Well, I thought at first that the East was the best and the West was worst. Then I looked again from the West to the East, and I liked the beast on the East Beach least. I can't tell a difference. Maybe you can. I personally like the East Beast for some reason. Pete pats pigs. Pete Briggs pats pigs. Briggs pats pink pigs. Briggs pats big pigs. Don't ask me why, it doesn't matter. Pete Briggs is a pink pig, big pig patter. The end. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.